What's up, guys? This is Anime Crossover. I'm back with a new episode of What If Naruto joined the Avengers Part 1. And if you did enjoy the video, give this video a like. And if you're new to my channel and like my content, subscribe and hit the notification bell for more crossover fictions. Now let's begin this new video.
Chapter 1 Great Power Morning in New York City. I know you're out there, you wall-crawling menace. It's every New Yorker's duty to report the actions of these masked miscreants. So listen up. As long as I, J. Jonah Jameson, CEO of Daily Bugle Communications, won't rest until New York has seen the last of Spider-Man. A teenage boy sat on the brink of a skyscraper wearing a black government stealth suit. He has tan complexion, blonde hair that is spiky, blue eyes, and 3 whisker markings on each cheek. The suit's top is skin-tight, with a green light between his shoulder blades covering his arms and hands and the bottoms being slightly baggy. To attach equipment, he has multiple snap button endings around his back and one on his left pectoral. He also wears a cloth belt with a clip lock and pouches on both sides of his waist, as well as one on his right thigh. He also has knee pads and boots stitched on. 1. A.N. This is the 3E Shadow Armor from Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Conviction. Naruto Uzumaki, Ninja, Jinchuriki, Human Sacrifice, Superhero, and Avengers' youngest member. He looked up and saw a Caucasian man with brown and white hair, a mustache, a blue suit, a white undershirt, and a red tie raving about a superhero dubbed Spider-Man. This is John Jonah Jameson, the publisher of the Daily Bugle and the host of Daily Bugle Communications. Hey Pete, your biggest fan is back, he exclaimed to a costumed man near him. The outfit is based on an arachnid, with the predominant colors of the spider suit being red and blue, with a spider silhouette on the chest area and a giant red spider on the back. The red has a pattern that looks like a spider web, with the center of the web on the top of his nose. The crimson and webs on the garment just reach the shoulders. The Mosk's eyes are white with a prominent black outline.
This is Peter Parker, also known as Spider-Man, a hero who began a year ago after his uncle was murdered by a robber he failed to stop earlier in the day.
Yeah, I know, Naruto. Spider-Man raised his hand as Naruto donned a black mask that covered his head and had goggle lenses for eyes, both of which lit up green for a split second.
Spider-Man raised his palm, bringing his middle and ring fingers to his palm. Suddenly, a white web-like material oozed out his wrist and clung to the building across the street. He swung across the buildings, threw out his other hand, and repeated the action to swing through the city, while Naruto followed by jumping across roofs and jogging alongside others.
They both had security cameras following them. Screech. Both heroes were clinging to a wall when they noticed a police car about to collide with a building, so Spider-Man spun a giant web in front of it to catch the automobile. Naruto noticed an armored truck being looted before seeing a man walk out from the back. He's dressed in a street gang uniform, complete with a black vest jacket, goggles, and gloves. He carries a paste gun that is hooked to a tank on his back that contains his adhesive. This is the Trapster, a member of the Frightful Four and a supervillain who uses paste-based weapons. As the Trapster reached for one of his pistols, Spider-Man and Naruto fell to the ground. Wait! Naruto exclaimed, halting everyone and looking around. Where's Thundra? She's not with me, she's not with me. What? Naruto inquired, his shoulders fell. You hang out with a hot Amazonian woman and then decide to go solo, why? Trapster then raised his rifle, and a kunai was thrown into the barrel. Doden, DMU, screamed Naruto as he went through hand signs and slammed his palms down on the road. And had a dome of earth covered Trapster just as his tank exploded, before the soil crumbled, revealing Trapster to be completely covered in his adhesive. Spider-Man froze as Trapster's eyes widened in horror as the two approached the caged enemy. Interesting. Villain's eyes are widening in fear, but Spider's sense is still going off, Spider-Man commented as Naruto cast a peek at the arachnid-themed hero. That sixth sense that tells you when there's trouble on the horizon? A shadow fell over them, causing them to look up to see a black helicopter carrier. Sup Fury? Naruto inquired before being interrupted by a voice from behind him. I can never sneak up behind you, Shinobi. Naruto turned to see a bald man with brown eyes, a black mustache, and a goatee. He's dressed in a black shirt and has an eye patch on his left eye. Nick Fury is the director of the covert military espionage organization SHIELD. Natasha is the only one who can. Nick Fury approached Spider-Man to speak with him. It's a good thing Shinobi was here in 4 seconds to stop Trapster, Or this would have been like your previous times with a lot of collateral damage. Naruto, who had his arms crossed, looked over his shoulder and saw Trapster removing his adhesive. As Fury passed past him, Spider-Man replied, "I do a good job." For a clueless rookie. Yeah, Look, everyone starts out clueless, including Iron Man when he was a rookie, Fury replied, his arms behind his back. Yeah, his boosters shot him into the garage ceiling before sending him flying around, Naruto explained as he reached down to pick up a baseball-sized rock. As Fury proceeded, Naruto flung and caught the rock. But he learned through training. What do you think, Spider-Man, if I could help turn, eventually, into right now? I knew it widened want me to buy a line of self-help books, no thanks, Spider-Man stated as he turned to walk away. Besides, I'm out of work until payday, so if we're all done here. I'm serious, Peter Parker, Spider-Man said, coming to a halt. Do you know everything? Super spy, remember? Replied Fury as Naruto spoke forward. It's your choice, but the training Black Widow and Hawkeye are receiving appears to be too good to pass up. With great power comes great responsibility. Wise words from a wise man, Fury remarked when Naruto had finished speaking. Spider-Man stated, Uncle Ben was the best. It's been what, a year now? Fury remarked, placing a hand on Spider-Man's shoulder. Today's his birthday. You've honored him by doing what you do, and now I'm giving you the opportunity to do better, to truly learn about responsibility. Translation? Spider-Man inquired of the assassin. I want Shield to train you to be the ultimate Spider-Man, a better Spider-Man. How utterly ultimate. Without looking, Naruto flung the rock behind his shoulder and struck the Trapster in the head, knocking him out.
That ultimate, responded Fury. Sweet, ring, ring.
You left your phone on? You should have put it on vibrate, Naruto said as Spider-Man picked up his smartphone and pushed the ignore button. Fury approached Spider-Man and placed a red bulky web cannon on his wrist. He pressed a button, and a blue crosshair appeared. Shield tech guys made this next-gen web shooter. Too big, too clunky, Spider-Man muttered, flexing his wrist as Fury extended his hand. I didn't say no. With my training, you can become a better hero. The next Cap. The next Iron Man. It's one of the greats. Thanks for the offer, but I'm not allowed to talk to strangers, so have a nice life, okay? Spider-Man stated before flying away. I also needed to talk with you, Shinobi. For what? Naruto inquired, his gaze fixed on Fury. To lead the team. You mean those cadets? Are they ready? Yes, Fury said as he approached the masked ninja. Okay, but what about Cap? Widow, or Iron Man? Wait, scratch that last part.
You're their age, and being the youngest Avenger has you staying here a lot because you have to go to school, and with that weird knife of yours, you can easily be called if need be. Fury remarked, handing Naruto 4 files. Midtown High School. Naruto, dressed in faded jeans, black and white sneakers, and a red shirt, waited outside the school before being approached by a boy.
Should just web swing over and change on the next building, Pete. Peter is a Caucasian adolescent of average height and build, with a strong and well-defined physique. His hair is brown and his eyes are blue. He's dressed in a white shirt underneath a light blue button-down shirt, blue jeans, and black sneakers. Not all of us can use our secret spy friend's flying car, Peter explained as they entered. You know, you never explained how you got into the Avengers. I wanted to be the best that I could be and help save the world.
Peter simply deadpanned him. Okay, Black Widow convinced me because I wasn't going to join but would help out from time to time. Spill. She unzipped her suit halfway down, and the next thing I know, I'm agreeing to everything she asks, Naruto continued as they approached their lockers. Everything. I'm still picking up her dry cleaning. Peter, Naruto, exclaimed the two as they noticed a girl running over to them. She is a Caucasian redhead with green eyes and red lipstick who is several inches shorter than Peter. She's dressed in a black leather jacket over a pink hoodie and a white t-shirt, which she keeps tucked into her medium blue trousers, which she accessorizes with a thick brown bell. Mary Jane Watson, sometimes known as MJ, is Peter's childhood female closest friend with a strong interest in journalism. Where have you been? I've been calling you since the morning. Sorry, my phone died, and there was traffic, Naruto explained as he put his books away.
I wanted to show you this, she said, holding out her phone to show JJ's earlier video. Doesn't that jerk have something better to do? Naruto inquired as he approached MJ to smack his arm. That jerk will give this reporter her first job. Do you actually want to work for him? Jameson's the biggest game in town, and I know someone who can put in a word for me, she remarked as she turned to face Naruto. What? I just freelance for extra cash because no one will hire a teen these days. She only blinked at him, pouting. Sigh. Okay, I'll talk to him and try to set you up on a meeting.
Thank you, Naruto, I knew I could count on you, she murmured as she turned to face Peter. Kids like us have to be realistic, we're not all rich like Harry or Naruto.
I published my late godfather's books, and they sold like hotcakes, Naruto answered before noticing a teen boy approaching them. He is a Caucasian young man with auburn hair. He's dressed in a black vest over an untucked white shirt and gray slacks. This is Peter's dearest pal, Harry Osborn. Oh, Parker, puny Parker. Naruto turned to see a young Caucasian adolescent kid with a muscular frame, blonde hair, and green eyes approaching them and punching the lockers. He's dressed in the school's football uniform, which includes a white shirt tucked into his light blue pants and a black belt with a bronze clasp. Flash Thompson is a high school jock and bully. Naruto stood in front of Peter and said, "Not today, Flash. Go."
I'll get you when your bodyguard isn't around, Flash stated as a Caucasian male with gray and white hair and a mustache walked by wearing janitor clothes. This is Stan, the school's janitor. Later, the three went to lunch and spoke at a table when Peter surged forward and knocked Harry and MJ out, to the ground. When Naruto noticed Peter dive out of the corner of his eye, he grabbed the table and jumped forward, causing the table to flip to shelter them as a hole in the wall behind them was blown. Boom. Attention, students. Naruto looked up to see three individuals walk in, two men and a lady, as one man, floating, brought another man in. The other three to the frightful four, Naruto thought as the guy, the school's principal, who had been brought in, stated that the three were in charge of the school. Before Mary Jane raised her hand, the woman exclaimed, "The frightful four."
But there are only 3 of you. The wizard, Naruto observed the first man.
The wizard is a black man with black hair, brown eyes, and a black mustache. He's dressed in high-tech armor. It's purple with large bulbs on the helmet, chest, and knees. He's also wearing sunglasses. He tossed numerous silver discs onto the tables, causing them to float. Claw's android body houses his incorporeal sound form. He also carries the sonic converter. Claw then shot a sonic beam with his right arm. And, finally, but not least, Thundra.
Thundra has a slim but muscular frame, green eyes, red hair, and red lipstick on her lips. She wears a golden tiara on her brow. She's dressed in a 2-piece red suit with yellow lines, with one sleeve covering only her right arm and exposing her midriff. She wears a black belt with a golden buckle around her waist, red slacks with yellow lines at the bottom, and yellow boots. Naruto was then elbowed by Mary Jane. "You're drooling. Can you blame me? She's gorgeous." "Yeah, and she's also from an alternate future in which women have subjugated men." "Good point. Then why the hell is she with 3 men?" he said before the wizard appeared. Before the trapster was apprehended, he discovered that either Spider-Man or Shinobi attend this school, and unless they surrender, we will tear this school down brick by brick. "Yeah," exclaimed one of the younger students. "We're serious," Wizard exclaimed as he raised his hand. Claw. Claw then began smashing the school flooring with his sonic converter and moved to the individuals before Naruto spoke up. "Stop. You're the one who takes his photos," Thundra remarked, having the blonde hero raise his hand. "I'll take him." "I'll second that, Naruto," muttered Mary Jane at her companion. "What? If I'm going to be attacked, I'd rather be assaulted by an Amazonian woman with a big screech." Naruto came to a halt as Claw struck him, forcing him to kneel and shield his ears. Okay. The attack came to a halt as Naruto groped for a table to help himself up and hurled a dinner platter at Wizard. Food fight. The children began throwing food, giving Naruto and Peter time to conceal and change. Throughout, MJ her phone was capturing everything. "How did they find us?" Peter inquired as he and Naruto undressed.
Displaying Peter's costume below his while Naruto hurriedly slipped his shirt on as he flung his jeans away, displaying his pants. "Right there," Naruto said, pointing to Peter's left armpit, where a small device was hooked to his belt. "He must have thrown that before I knocked him out while I was talking to Fury." Before they put on their masks, Peter smashed the chip. They then leapt down, drawing the attention of the three villains. Spider-Man then fired a web towards Claw's clawed hand, causing Claw to use his sonic beam on himself. Naruto then turned to face Thundra, smiling behind his mask. "How about we put a stop to this fighting and go on a date? You're always flirting with your opponent. Just the pretty female ones," he said before they were both hit by a sonic beam and crashed behind the food counter.
"Move your hands," Thundra hissed, prompting Naruto to do so.
"Sorry, I may be a flirt, but I'm not that kind of guy," she said as she stood up, creamed corn pouring down her face.
"You know, cream corn is a good color for you," Spider-Man stated as Naruto flipped the counter over. "She looks good in any color." Thundra smashed the counter as Spider-Man webbed her shoulders, pulling him forward to crash on the floor. Naruto stood up to pursue her as MJ Thundra slipped and crashed into a pile of chairs and tables after kicking a plate of jello at her feet. She kept recording until a deafening boom hit her hand, shattering the phone. "Leave her alone," Harry shouted, only to be smacked and thrown to the opposite side of the room. Naruto then kicked Claw into the wall, cracking it, before turning to watch Spider-Man wrap Thundra in the web while Wizard threw his discs at him. Naruto then slipped around while Spider-Man held the villain's attention before leaping up and kicking Wizard in the head through the door to the hall and sliding him to the other side. The heroes dashed out, only to see Flash Thompson's jacket unbuttoned, revealing a Spider-Man shirt underneath. "I'm your biggest fan, Spider-Man, Flash Thompson. Let me assist you, bro." "Certainly, bro," Spider-Man says as he opens a locker door. "Step inside," he said, motioning for Flash to do so. "Now what?" "Wait for my signal, then jump out and we'll surround him," Spider-Man stated as he shut the door. "At the very least, it'll discourage Flash from doing something stupid," Naruto reasoned before leaping into the vents with Spider-Man. "Rah!" The other two villains bolted Thundra, kicking the doors off their hinges. "Where are they?" she exclaimed as police sirens wailed. "We're not being paid enough to deal with cops, so let's go," Wizard exclaimed, leading them out the door. Later, Naruto and Peter were in the cafeteria with Mary Jane when a stranger approached them. He is a tall white dude. He has blue eyes and red hair. He's dressed in a gray business suit with a white shirt and a crimson tie. "This is Norman Osborn, the CEO of Oscorp and Harry Osborn's father." "I'm sorry, Mr. Osborn," Peter apologized as Norman lifted up his comatose kid. "Why should you apologize, Peter? What could you possibly have done?" After school at Peter's home in Queens, when Peter walked through the door, he saw a woman in the kitchen preparing dinner while listening to J. Jonah Jameson appears on television. She is an elderly lady. She has short white hair and blue eyes, and she wears crimson lipstick and gold jewelry. Her outfit consists of a light green vest, white pants, and a white apron. May Parker is Peter's aunt and the late Ben Parker's wife. "Hey, Aunt May," Peter said as he turned off the television. "Are you okay? I heard there was some trouble at your school?" "Those psychos never touched me, Aunt May," he smiled. "I wish I could say the same thing about Harry." Flashback, hospital. Naruto, Peter, and Norman turned to face Harry, who was sitting up in bed. "There's still some ringing in my ear, but Doc said I'll be fine tomorrow." "Awesome. Strangest thing," Norman murmured as he turned to face the two camouflaged heroes. "Any ideas why those villains thought Spider-Man and Shinobi went to school?" "Some kids like to lie about being friends with them, so it gets rumored that they go to our school," Naruto explained to the businessman, who nodded. "Plus, some students saw them land on top of the school's rooftop a month ago and never left. Once the principal and janitor got up there, there was no sign of anyone being up there." Flashback concludes. May chopped a carrot and remarked, "You know what? If we had Norman Osborn's money, I'd put you in private school." "Yeah, that'd be nice. Hey, when's dinner?" Peter inquired, taking the carrot's end and eating it. "Soon, put the candles on the cake," she said, taking a bowl of salad with her. Ding dong. When May went to open the door, she found Naruto holding a cake with the words, "Happy Birthday Ben," written in cursive with blue frosting.
"Hey, I saw Peter walking by the pastry shop. I'm not sure if this is his favorite, but they said they had to remake it after a police car crashed through the window." Night. Later, as rain fell, Spider-Man swung through the city. After what transpired with Trapster pestering him in the attack on the school, he now believes that he can perform better with Nick Fury's support. Before sighting the helicarrier overhead, he ran, climbed a building, and then the antenna. He runs out of his own webbing before deciding to use Nick Fury's web shooters when he jumps to the helicarrier. He successfully boards the helicarrier and an alert sounds. Intruder alert, says the alarm. The helicarrier's defenses suddenly attack him, but he avoids them all, damaging a few in the process before Nick Fury and Shinobi emerge and turn them off. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man reporting for duty. Spider-Man saluted as he removed his mask. Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D., Spider-Man, I hope you survive your experience, Fury stated as Naruto turned to follow. What? The last time. Later that evening, as rain fell, Spider-Man swung through the city. After what transpired with Trapster pestering him and the attack on the school, he now believes that he can perform better with Nick Fury's support. Before sighting the helicarrier overhead, he ran, climbed a building, and then the antenna. He runs out of his own webbing before deciding to use Nick Fury's web shooters when he jumps to the helicarrier. He successfully boards the helicarrier, and an alert sounds. Intruder alert, says the alarm.
The helicarrier's defenses suddenly attack him, but he avoids them all, damaging a few in the process before Nick Fury and Shinobi emerge and turn them off.
Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man reporting for duty. Spider-Man saluted as he removed his mask. Welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D., Spider-Man, I hope you survive your experience, Fury stated as Naruto turned to follow.
What? Now? Morning S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier. Fury was watching a video showing Spider-Man defeating a large group of robots in under 60 seconds with the help of 3 teenagers in costumes, 2 guys and 1 girl. I finished this thing in under 20 minutes, the first said. He has light blonde hair and a strong frame. He has a yellow scarf around his head, and his white eyes are surrounded by a thin black line. He's dressed in a green spandex costume with a yellow waist belt and a black dragon on his chest. Iron Fist is a K-On Loon martial arts expert. I finished mine in under 18 minutes, the next male stated. He is an African-American man with a powerful body. He has dark hair and wears sunglasses. He's dressed in a sleeveless suit with a yellow top and a black bottom, and he has metal plates on his biceps and ankles. He's also wearing yellow boots. Luke Cage is a S.H.I.E.L.D. trainee. He has no fighting technique. He's just thrashing around hitting stuff, exclaimed the lone girl. She is a tall woman dressed in a form-fitting white cat-like outfit that accentuates her strong build, with claw markings on her waist and shoulders, and her long brown hair sticking out in a long, high ponytail. A white belt with a green tiger charm is wrapped around her waist. White Tiger is a S.H.I.E.L.D. trainee and the current heir to her family's history of bearing the moniker White Tiger. Sigh. But Fury said he's good for the team, Tiger added as another teen male approached. Why is Fury testing a new candidate? I didn't approve of this. He's dressed in a Centurion Nova Corps uniform, which includes a gold helmet that covers the upper half of his face, a large red star on the front, and white eyes. He's dressed in a black suit with gold buttons and gloves. Nova is a superhero with cosmic energy powers. Look of who thinks he's in charge. That's so cute, Tiger exclaimed as Nova approached the television. If Fury thinks I'm going to lead this lame-o into battle. Nova came to a halt when Luke hit him in the shoulder. In your dreams, you're the team's leader. He's rough around the edges, but he's not without potential, Iron Fist commented as he awoke to the two. Yeah, but he named himself Spider-Man, how sad is that? White Tiger said as she approached with air quotes. Well, what was he supposed to name himself? Luke said as Tiger rolled her eyes beneath her mask. Something cooler, something that didn't scream, "Hi, I have low self-esteem and associate with bugs." You know what they say about a book and its cover, dude? Fist inquired of the Tiger-themed protagonist. Dude, if he makes it, I'll clean this helicarrier for a month. Toilets too? Fist inquired. Toilets too, White Tiger said, high-fiving the rest of the gang. You might come to regret that decision, Tiger. When the team turned around, they saw Shinobi stroll up to them without his mask. I see my record of 9 seconds is still standing. Team, this is Naruto Uzumaki, aka Shinobi of the Avengers, and he'll be your leader. This is Iron Fist, Fury remarked as Naruto approached Iron Fist, who was bringing his right fist to his left palm. He greeted the ninja with, "Namaste, Luke Cage." Naruto nodded and gave Luke a high five. Nova. Nova was irritated but nodded hello. And, of course, White Tiger. Naruto kissed the back of her hand. It's always a pleasure to meet a lovely lady like yourself. Tiger was grateful for her mask, which concealed the blush she was sure she had. What makes you think I'm pretty when I'm wearing a mask? I've yet to meet a woman who wasn't, Naruto said, straightening up, letting go of her hand, and looking to Fury as Spider-Man was dropped down a trapdoor. He does have web fluid, right? When he started, he had 75% left. Middleton High School. Naruto was placing his books in his locker as Peter did the same. Both had just returned from visiting Harry, who was still in the hospital, and giving him his homework for the previous several days.
Smile, Spider-Man, and Shinobi. A flash went off as Naruto and Peter were putting books away in their lockers, causing Peter to jump and slip as Naruto massaged his eyes. When everything became clear again, he noticed Mary Jane clutching a digital camera.
Wow. Nervous much? She exclaimed to Peter, who was standing up. I'm just practicing what I'm going to say when I finally meet Spider-Man and Shinobi. Here, she explained, clutching a piece of paper with images of Spider-Man and Shinobi from the chest up. Shinobi, Spider-Man, I'll tell you the rest of the story. Please contact me. Mary Jane Watson. You really think they go to this school? Naruto inquired as MJI hung the flyer across from them on the wall. They've been spotted on campus numerous times. They could be anyone, a student, a teacher, or... MJ as Stan walked past, she drifted off. Well, maybe not everybody. Even if one or both of them go to this school, they wouldn't tell you. Look at the other day's attack, Naruto stated as he put on his backpack.
Perhaps, but I'm not giving up. MJ moved away after poking the blonde in the chest. Shield, helicarrier after school, Spider-Man and Shinobi behind Fury, welcoming the agents they passed. Maria, you're looking good, Naruto said to a Caucasian woman with short black hair who was wearing the shield outfit and holding a clipboard. 1. You say that to every female agent, Maria answered, her gaze fixed on her clipboard. Before arriving at a lab, they passed through many rooms where agents were testing weapons, technology, armor, and robot sentinels. Hey Doc, meet the new kid, Fury remarked to a man putting on a lab coat. He is a Caucasian male who is dressed in the shield outfit with a lab coat. His hair is brown and his eyes are blue. Kurt Connors is a scientist of shield. Spider-Man, our resident technological genius, Dr. Kurt Connors. It's always a pleasure to meet a fellow genius, Spider-Man said, raising his right hand to shake, only to notice Kurt's hand was missing. Kurt shook Spider-Man's hand with both of his hands after pulling the sleeve with his left hand, showing his right arm. A pleasure, I followed your career closely, and it's very impressive, Kurt replied, motioning to the equipment under tarps surrounding him. Even before Director Fury approached you about joining us, I took the liberty of having my R&D team create Spider-Man-themed weaponry.
What if I had said no? Wondered Spider-Man. As Naruto stretched, Fury replied, not an option. Just as I was about to catch 2 collapsible tonfa sticks. 2. We worked on that specifically for you. Okay, now I don't have to waste chakra on the small fry, Naruto stated as he placed them in his waist pouch. He then grabbed a huge handheld pistol crossbow with a red dot sight, as well as a little wire butt and a satchel. 3. A.N. Splinter Cell, Blacklist's tactical crossbow. Okay. Naruto responded as Kurt continued to explain. You can use that to entice people away, knock them out, or tech out, and you can clip it to your belt. Before folding the bow, Naruto noticed a clip on the right side of the crossbow and clipped it on his lower back. He then opened the bag, displaying several clips of bullets with rubber ends, 2 of which had holes in them, and they were all striped in a different hue. The red stripes are chirping noisemakers, the blue are EMPs, the green is sleeping gas, and the yellow are sticky shockers, Kurt stated before turning to face Spider-Man's gun. That's amusing. You're using our web shooter in camo mode. He then walked over to the shooter and clicked a button to make it invisible.
Oh yeah, I had it in camo mode, but then I couldn't find it. Spider-Man muttered, staring at the others. Joke. Don't you ever smile. We think you two will find this particularly interesting, Kurt stated as he walked over to a large tarp. When Spider-Man reached for it, a retractable pointer struck his hand. Hold on to it. They were looking for a Caucasian male with a muscular frame and brown hair. He's dressed in the standard SHIELD uniform. This is Nick Fury's right-hand man, SHIELD Agent Phil Coulson. Director Fury, I never questioned your choices when it came to the others, Phil remarked, drawing a confused look from Spider-Man. Others, but in this case, we're dealing with a complete wildcard. Spider-Man, according to Daily Bugle Communications, is a threat to public safety. You said the same thing about me. A ninja can't be trusted, right? Naruto recalled Coulson saying when he arrived to chat with Fury and Natasha about joining S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers. Spider-Man is my responsibility, Coulson, and that's why he's here, to learn responsibility, Fury remarked, prompting Coulson to nod and depart. We'll have to see. The covering was subsequently removed by Spider-Man, showing 2 motorcycles. The blue one has a gray tank with a red spider on it, and the legs go down and over the bike itself. The rim of the front tire is hollow.
The following is the same, but fully black, with a hollowed blue rim in front and a full blue rim in the back. 4.
AN. Imagine Spider Cycle in pure black. The Spider Cycle and the Ninja Cycle. Yeah, useless for me, Spider-Man replied, making Connors blink. Excuse me, I mean, it's cool, but why do I need a motorcycle when I can get anywhere by? Whip whip, Spider-Man said, making a hand motion to blast his webs. I calculate you can make it from 80th to 34th Street in 3.7 minutes using what I'm guessing is very expensive webbing and at maximum muscle strength. Perhaps, Spider-Man said, feeling his arm. It would save you from constantly making web fluid, Naruto answered, crossing his arms. The Spider Cycle can make it in a minute and a half. Unless you're too scared to climb on, Fury stated as he approached. Oh my, the horrible jokes are spreading, Naruto thought as he looked at his bike. It appears that I will no longer be able to bum rides off Natasha. Man, that means no more hot the tight bodysuits. Spider-Man hopped on his bike, turned it on, and a red holographic dashboard appeared as he sped down the hall, shouting. Boom, not the brakes, ah, yelled Spider-Man as he sped out of a hole he dug to try to stop his bike but instead touched a button for weaponry.
Get the team. This is a good time to introduce him to them, Naruto remarked as he hopped on his bike and started it up. Before he drove it out, a blue hologram dashboard appeared.
Construction yard appeared a few minutes later. Naruto, who was riding his bike on top of a building with the squad, noticed Spider-Man going to collide with a semi-truck. Nova, get Spider-Man off his bike. Luke, move the truck. White Tiger, get on the bike and stop it. The 3 flew to the spider-themed hero and performed what he requested. Nova, who scooped up Spider-Man, saves him. Luke picks up the vehicle, and White Tiger jumps off to land on the Spider Cycle. She slowed down, drove over to the others, and came to a stop in front of Iron Fist.
Naruto then sped away from the building, his tires splitting in half and turning into wings as he flew down to them. I appreciate the hand, but I really didn't save from. Who are you guys? Spider-Man questioned as he brushed himself off. Iron Fist hits him in the palm. Iron Fist, namaste, he said before pounding the earth and creating a crater with his right hand. Kung Fu master with fists made of iron?
White Tiger rode his motorcycle up to Spider-Man. White Tiger, acrobatic ninja with steel claw and cat powers, she said, her gloves' claws growing a couple of inches. The big guy over here is Luke Ca. Power Man. If he calls himself Spider-Man, then I'm calling myself Power Man because it's cool and doesn't scream. I have low. The newly called Power Man presented himself. Okay, Power Man, White Tiger stated before pointing to Nova. I've already met Captain Buckethead, who is capable of carrying 2 buckets. My name is Nova, Creep. Nova exclaimed. Spider-Man said as he hopped on his bike, Nova Creep, catchy. Nova, human rocket, Nova shouted as she flew up a few feet. Wow, did you guys practice that? I mean, you sound like you just walked out of an old superhero cartoon, Naruto replied, clapping slowly. Okay, if you'll excuse me, I need to get this bike back to HQ because I'm with S.H.I.E.L.D. Spider-Man stated, making the other team smile. Power Man punched his hand and muttered, small world.
Helicarrier. Shinobi sat with the squad as Spider-Man fought with Coulson about why he needed to be a part of a team when he thought he would be able to train alone. Spider-Man then went to the elevator and shared it with Fury, who refused to leave. Yes, I win the bet, exclaimed White Tiger, thumping her fist. I wouldn't be so sure of that, beautiful. As she looked to her boss, White Tiger flushed under her mask. WY. We can handle ourselves. He's just worried about you being in danger from the villains he faces on a daily basis, and it's his story to tell why he feels that way. Naruto finished walking to the window before returning his gaze. We're needed, so let's go. Later, they saw Wizard, Claw, and Thundra looking at a hovering Spider-Man with a chain and mace wrapped around her right arm. Wait for the right moment. He witnessed Spider-Man kick Wizard while pretending to be comatose before Thundra ran to a water tower and ripped the roof off.
Power Man, now, as White Tiger fell on Spider-Man, Power Man slid down the roof and leapt over before kicking the roof away. What are you guys doing here? I had them on the run. Spider-Man exclaimed to the tiger-themed hero. Except for the bit where you didn't, exclaimed White Tiger, lifting her right hand. Her claws expanded, and she severed the levitating disc from Spider-Man's chest and back as he plummeted. Claw suddenly attacked with a sonic beam, smashing the wall beside them and knocking them to the ground. You just dropped this. Power Man flung the roof of the water tower at Thundra, who caught it and turned to throw him into the tower's support. Water poured down and pushed Thundra over the edge as Naruto hurried over, jumped after her, and drew out his crossbow before firing a small grappling hook and catching Thundra. He sprinted along the wall, jumping from one to the next, tying up the villain while Spider-Man webbed the roof in between the buildings so it didn't fall on residents. You miserable little baa, she exclaimed, stopping as a gag wrapped around her mouth. Whoa, Thundra, there are children down there. Naruto ran over to observe Nova shoot a disc off a hovering Power Man, and Spider-Man saved him by launching a web that lifted him to the roof. Boom! Nova fired a burst of energy from his hands, which connected with Wizard's, resulting in a massive blast that threw Wizard into a building and straight down, demolishing the wall. Shit, muttered Naruto as he watched White Tiger get hit by Claw and fall over the building. He dove after White Tiger, grabbing her waist and shooting his grapnel. I think I can save myself. I know, but there's no shame in helping each other, Naruto said, bringing them back up. Okay, you all want to save people. Then go help the civilians around here. Superhero 101, we can protect ourselves. They can't. We can handle this, so go help them. Before Naruto turned to see the wizard float up, Tiger whispered, you heard the man.
He then rushed over and tackled him to the roof, knocking him out with a blow to the face. Claw launched a sonic blast at Spider-Man, forcing him to dodge, and one of the Daily Bugle billboards was struck and collapsed to the ground. As Iron Fist jumped to Claw, his right fist blazing yellow, and they clashed attacks, Nova flew and demolished the billboard. Boom! Claw was knocked out and thrown to the ground, where Spider-Man webbed him to a post, and Power Man smashed his claw. Location is unknown. Jay was being watched by a shadowy figure. The attack report by Jonah Jameson. I'm not sure why the Avengers are associated with this Spider-Man group in the first place. A robotic clawed tentacle caused the screen to zoom out, followed by another with Norman on a video chat. Your agents let you down, Octavius. The lights flickered, showing a short, pallid, and hunched-backed guy. He has long, damp black hair and wears red goggles. He's got a gray scientific outfit wrapped over his tummy, as well as a mechanical gadget with 4 octopus arms attached to it. Dr. Otto Octavius is a disabled scientist who works discreetly for Oscorp under Norman Osborn. I'm not going to put up with another letdown. Understood, Mr. Osborn. Next morning at Midtown High. Before hearing Flash, Peter was placing books in his locker. Oh, puny Parker, it's locker knocker time, says the narrator. When Peter peered behind him, he saw Flash coming towards him, but Peter got yanked out of the way, allowing Flash to become trapped in the locker. When Peter glances around to see who saved him, he notices 4 students he has never met before. Wait, do I know you, any of you? He inquired. Say hello to your new classmates, one of the adolescent males said. He is a 17-year-old blonde with a powerful body. He's dressed in khaki slacks with a brown blazer knotted around his waist. Navy blue is the color of his shirt. He also wears brown sandals and a gray metal necklace with a black string.
This is Iron Fist, Danny Rand. Danny Rand. The following male is an African American with a muscular build. He has dark hair and brown eyes. He's dressed in a beige vest with sleeves that reach his elbows, a black shirt underneath, and light blue slacks. Luke Cage here. Luke Cage, Luke said next, before elbowing the boy on his left. He is a Hispanic adolescent with a slim physique and average height, similar to Peter. He had tan complexion, black hair, and blue eyes. He's dressed in a light blue shirt over a long-sleeved white undershirt, gray pants with a black belt, and sneakers. This is Sam Alexander, also known as Nova. Sam Alexander, he said before the lone adolescent girl grinned. She is a tall Hispanic American adolescent with brown eyes, brown hair that reaches her mid-back, buxom breasts, ripped broad shoulders, toned abs, toned back, and long muscular legs. She's dressed in a green tunic with a long white shirt underneath, a black sash belt around her waist, and black high heels with straps. This is Ava Ayala, also known as White Tiger. Think about it, Ava Ayala. Peter blinked as he remembered them in their costumes. Huh. I told Fury they needed time away from S.H.I.E.L.D. and to be with other kids their own age.
Peter turned to see Naruto approach them, then Ava. Wow, I knew you were pretty, but I didn't realize you were drop-dead gorgeous.
As Peter excused himself and rushed down the corridor, Ava blushed and avoided his eyes. I have to go talk to a guy. He'll look into getting a transfer, but Nick has already put Coulson undercover as the principal since we're coming here, Naruto remarked as he walked with the team to class.
Ayala, Ava. Consider it. Huh? Peter blinked as he remembered them in their costumes. I told Fury they needed some downtime and to hang out with other kids their age, as well as away from S.H.I.E.L.D. Peter turned to see Naruto approach them, then Ava. Wow, I knew you were pretty, but I didn't realize you were drop-dead gorgeous. As Peter excused himself and rushed down the corridor, Ava blushed and avoided his eyes. I have to go talk to a guy. He's going to see about getting a transfer, but Nick has already put Coulson undercover as the principal since we're coming here, Naruto said as he walked to class with the rest of the team. Now. Lunch at Midtown High. Naruto walked over to where Peter was arguing with Sam, who was sitting at his table, while carrying 2 trays of lunch. Naruto rolled his eyes as Peter drew Sam away from the table as Ava and Danny sat down. He then sat between Ava and Mary Jane, placing a tray in front of her. A rose for the pretty lady. Naruto remarked this while placing a rose from behind his back on Ava's tray beside the meal, causing her to blush. Oh, I'm not that pretty. Mary Jane inquired of the blonde who had just picked up another rose for her. Of course, you are. As Mary Jane snatched the rose from Naruto's grasp, he muttered. But I just had it because I knew you'd be jealous. He considered picking up an apple. What's the deal with Peter and that new kid, Sam? Mary Jane inquired of her companion, who had taken a bite of his apple.
We got off to a bad start. Peter begged for Sam's assistance, and Sam is one of those kids who is more concerned with looking cool than with helping someone who isn't. Naruto observed the several tables, one with jocks and another with bored-looking kids on skateboards.
Splat. Naruto looked up to see pink paint covering the windows before Coulson strode in, covered in paint and wearing a suit. Uzumaki. Detention. Detention room came afterwards.
Naruto whistled as he stepped in and noticed the team sitting down as Coulson followed him inside. As Coulson talked, Naruto went to the back row and sat behind Luke. Great role-playing, guys. As he sat behind Sam, Peter, who had been beating his head on the desk due to his detention, looked up and behind him to see who else was there. Oh, this was just to gather us all for a secret S.H.I.E.L.D. thing. I assumed it was serious. Explain the term serious. Coulson said this while pressing a button beneath the desk where he was standing. The seats suddenly folded down, allowing the teens to tumble through a gap that had opened up. Whoa, Shinobi landed in a huge seat behind a jet engine in a tunnel with the S.H.I.E.L.D. logo on the dead end. What the hell is going on? Holy shit, I didn't have my suit on when I arrived. Naruto yelled as he was pushed back into the seat as the vehicle accelerated through the tunnel. A few minutes later, Naruto noticed a door open before entering a vast chamber and flying out of the seat as it hit the stopper. He flipped forward, landed in a squat, slid forward several feet, and stood up again. Ta-da! Naruto looked up to see White Tiger stand up as the others landed in a heap in front of the seats, arguing. Sigh, boys. Tiger moaned as she stepped to a window and saw that they were underwater, surrounded by fish. Where exactly are we?
Attention. All members of S.H.I.E.L.D. prepare to surface. The room trembled as they floated up to the surface and into the air, exposing themselves to be aboard the helicarrier. The helicopter carrier? I adore my job. Tiger yelled as they flew above the city. I'm not sure what your problem is, Webs, but if you want to throw down, let's do it. Naruto looked up to see Nova fighting Spider-Man as he flew through the air.
Are you in a feisty mood? Outstanding. The court is where you'll learn how to direct your aggression exactly. Fury sighed as he appeared on the wall's enormous screen.
Court? Like in B-Ball? Court as in you'll be harshly judged. He completed just as robots and weaponry appeared from the floor and walls. As Naruto said, Nova and Spider-Man exchanged glances. Alright, team. The goal is to get across the room without setting off an alarm. The fastest time wins. Naruto came to a halt as Nova and Spider-Man assaulted each robot, each destroying the same number of them. Prize. Sigh. Gentlemen, the goal was to cross the room discreetly. You might have heard that if you weren't trying to burn a hole in the other person's brain. Naruto was planning on sending you out into the field today. But you're grounded until you can start working together. Fury remarked this while staring down at the two men who had wrecked the equipment. That's not right. It was Dorks 1 and 2, White Tiger shouted, pointing his clawed thumb at the two heroes in charge. White Tiger, we're a team. We not only succeed as a group, but as a group, we fail. As a robot with cleaning equipment rolled in, Naruto said. Later, as the others swept, Power Man dropped the last pile of broken equipment into a larger pile. Be the best hero you can possibly be. Collaborate with professionals. Because of you two, I'm pushing a broom. As the others cleaned an area of the room, White Tiger screamed, sweeping at Spider-Man and Nova. A tornado only becomes a gentle breeze as temperatures fall. Iron Fist shouted this while clapping his palms together. Yeah, he does that. Power Man spoke as Naruto stowed his broom. He means that cooler heads must prevail. Naruto remarked this as Nova melted the garbage and passed it through a grate to be recycled. Let's just finish so we can show Fury and Shinobi what we've got. Power Man spoke as Spider-Man descended from the wall. You're the newbies. I've been catching bad guys for over a year. The Frightful Four are Batroc, Melter, Toad, and Whirlwind, and it includes all four. That's all there is to it. Spider-Man, you are a genius. You inspired me. Tiger yelled as he walked over to a computer to access SHIELD's Most Wanted list.
Most Wanted agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We can bring in any of these bad guys. As the others approached, she drifted off. Instant respect. As a picture of a woman with quills appeared, Power Man crossed his arms. Lady Porcupine, she says. Dear Lady Porcupine, yawn. Why don't you take this one, Nova? Bring a bandage. Spider-Man muttered as Nova approached and pulled up an image of a man. He stands tall and has brown eyes. His most distinguishing trait is the vibranium armor he's wearing, which covers his entire body save for his eyes. Over his armor, he wears green attire with a green hood over his face that is fastened to his chest with yellow clasps. Around his waist is a brown belt with a yellow buckle. This is Victor Von Doom, often known as Dr. Doom. He is a supervillain and the ruler of the country Latveria. He is also the Fantastic Four's archenemy. What the heck is the matter with you? He has diplomatic immunity and is currently in his home country. That he rules over, Naruto exclaimed as he walked over to begin typing. However, I believe that occasionally you need to show what you're capable of, so let's aim a little lower, say, under the top 20. And you've already left. He turned around to see an empty room. Sigh, Tiger, too. She was supposed to be better than that. Before his cell vibrated, Naruto said. Before speaking, he took it from his pouch and saw MJ's photo. Hey MJ. Quote. Peter and Sam just went off to do something stupid. Quote. Nothing illegal. Yes, I'll notify Sam that you have homework for him.
Later, Naruto entered the helicarrier's main area to observe Fury on a television conversing with Coulson. Coulson, do you know where our teen heroes in training are?
I'm in the midst of a crisis, sir. The budget for this school is a disaster. I'm cutting the fat, no more doors in boys' restrooms, and rougher toilet paper. Maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. can help. Fury then hangs up the phone on him. Good Godfrey, Coulson's gone native. Some people are just not cut out for field work. Naruto suggested that Fury turn to face the Avenger. Then they both noticed a crew with a tarp draped around someone. I got him. It was all my fault. Nova shrieked as Spider-Man webbed his mouth shut. Should have done that an hour ago. Where have you maniacs been? Fury inquired as Spider-Man revealed Dr. Doom was hidden behind the tarp. Getting Naruto to palm his face and Fury to squint and grind his teeth. He is so in love with us right now. Everyone except you, Nova. Before Naruto roared at them, Spider-Man said to the cosmic hero, causing him to grimace. I told you all, he has diplomatic immunity. That implies he can't be arrested unless he strikes us. You did not apprehend him. You take him aboard the helicarrier. Fury remarked, drawing his revolver, while Naruto drew his tonfa sticks. Correction. They walked a Hoberman Classic Mark VI into the helicarrier. Doom, he murmured before breaking free and exposing a smaller robot that resembled him. It jumped out and 4 more appeared, each smaller than the last, and attacked with a different weapon in their hands.
SHIELD agents launched an attack, using the original bot to create a field and blast a hole in the floor. The Doom bots all leapt down and dispersed. They're splitting up to do the most damage, Naruto yelled as he jumped down the hole. Guys, let's stick together, Tiger yelled as Spider-Man and Nova took off on their own, determined to stop the bots. Naruto was fighting the second largest bot with his tonfas on the floor below. He struck the bot in the head before rotating the stick underneath his arm to block an attack. While he was fighting, Nova and Spider-Man argued about whose fault it was before he snapped and broke the head off. Enough. Your pissing contest is both of your faults, so mature, accept responsibility, or leave this team to the adults, he yelled when he heard Spider-Man speak to and then hang up on Mary Jane. Okay, now let's. Boom. An explosion jolted the helicarrier, causing it to tip down. They removed one of the engines. We're losing ground. Naruto's black watch on his left wrist was set over by White Tiger. We're losing even more. The massive one is approaching the fusion reactor chamber. It won't matter if we're still alive. That thing gets to the core. We'll go nuclear. After Tiger had finished, Fury said.
Naruto then held his watch up to his face. Okay, Nova, go outside and.
While Spider-Man and you get all the attention? If you're only interested in the glory, give your helmet to someone else. But there are almost 7 million lives at risk here, so grow up, come outside, and keep this thing in the air right now.
Nova did so by allowing Naruto to continue. Tiger, where is the core from our current locations? The reactor is located in Sector 12 Quad 3. It's directly beneath us. Then let's get together. Tell us where to go, White Tiger. Naruto dashed around the corridors for several minutes before arriving at the meeting point, where the others caught up. Iron Fist, straight down. Says the narrator. I'm not going to be paying for it. Iron Fist responded, his fist glowing. He yelled as he punched the floor. Iron Fist caused them to collapse, as well as the Doom bots that were not killed. Naruto then snatched Iron Fist and hurled him in front of the group, causing the Kaon Loon Master to break through the floors and reach the core. Naruto grabbed White Tiger and shot his grapnel to swing to a beam, while Spider-Man did the same for the rest with his webbing.
Nova suddenly flew in front of the Doom bot as it fired at the core, absorbing the attack. Finish it, says the author. Naruto yelled, causing Spider-Man to lift the robot into the air. Tiger then cut the web, causing the bot to fall to the floor and Power Man to hold it from behind before Iron Fist slammed it in the chest. Boom. As the squad sat down at the core, the bot burst. Ring ring. Spider-Man took out his phone, spotted MJ's photo, and tossed it to Nova. It's just for you. Later, Fury was raging at the team that was obstructing Naruto's path. Whoever started this, please take a step forward. You're no longer a member of the team. Fury finished by having them all take a step forward. It was me. It was me. It was me. It was me. Before Fury spoke, Naruto smiled. Never, ever again. Team. Alright, it was fine. But if somebody shouts group hug, I'm leaving. Spider-Man said as Coulson approached him. How about a group hug in class? You must complete the schoolwork you skipped today. The team, minus White Tiger, grumbled. I did all of my homework. Director Fury, I urgently require the full force of SHIELD's legal team. We need to limit the amount of actual meat required to legally label anything, meatloaf. Man, we can save the budget, Coulson said as he approached Fury. Coulson, we need to talk about priorities, children. The squad turned around to find Dr. Doom on a monitor behind them. Let it be known that the all-powerful Doom's eye has fallen. After that, the screen went blank. He really likes to hear himself talk. They turned around to saw Naruto had turned off the monitor at the keyboard. Are we just going to let him get away with that? Nova inquired about taking off. To the transport. Sai, go and get him. Naruto suggested that the others give chase. To be continued.
That's it for this podcast. Thanks for listening to this video. I hope you did enjoy the pretty story, and if you did, Like, share, and subscribe for more. And thank you all for help and support. And have a great day.